What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Wednesday's Random. I am your girl, Her, and let's get into this. So, basically, I'm just going to kind of catch you guys up with what's actually been going on since last Wednesday. So, what did I do? So, I did a pop-up shop this weekend for the single mothers brunch. I was asked to do it by this lady at a previous pop-up shop. I met this lady who hosted this event, and she asked me to do it. So I was like, okay, great, I'll do it. And she kept in contact with me. She read my book, and everything was great. Everything was really awesome. And so if you haven't received my book, it is Memoir of a Secret Kept. It is my actual story about my childhood trauma, and then it's available on Amazon. But if you're unable to catch it by the name, then you could pull it up by my actual name. There you go, and it should come right up there for you. So, in preparations for like pop-up shops and stuff like that, or even like it'll be a year in April that I came out with my book. And so, but I recently started to pick back up with trying to promote it and everything else. And so I still get super nervous. Like, oh my Lord, I get so nervous. And so I am like super shaken because like, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who's coming. I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything. And so I always get really, really nervous because I know I have to sell myself in a sense. You know what I mean? I know I have to sell my story, and I was never good at that. Like, I'm not a good seller, like, at all. Like, when I was younger, I worked in like call centers and did telemarketing, and never not once made a sale. I couldn't do it. I'm like, listen, this is what it is. You either want it or not. And that's the type of person I am. You either want it or not. So what's up? But, you know, obviously you have to have a different approach when it comes to this, because it's not me trying to, I don't look at it like I got a product to sell. I look at it like I'm telling my story and I want it to reach people. And so, but even that is just, it still makes me super nervous, right? Because you don't know what people's reaction is going to be, and you don't know who the people are. Like, so what happened is it turned out to be great. Like, and that's usually how things go too. Like, when you're not expecting the worst, because I wasn't. When you don't know what to expect, and then it turns out to be really nice. And so one thing about me, like, my defense mechanism, which is weird, and it's not weird to me, but it seems like it's a oxymoron, like it doesn't go together. Because my defense mechanism is when I'm in an uncomfortable situation, like I chop it up. Like, I go and meet and greet and everything else. And so before the event started, I went to every booth. I purchased stuff from booths before it even had started, but I talked to people, I checked out their booth, I complimented, like I did all of that. And so that's just one way for me to get comfortable, because I get super nervous. And so that's like a defense mechanism for me to cure my nervousness at the time. And so that I don't have to tell you about what I'm doing. So I get you talking, telling me about, that might be a good thing. I need to figure out how to use that. Because I like getting people to tell me what they got going in their story before I even say a thing about what I got going on. And so, but then when it was like, and then I had my daughter with me, so then that's another pressure, right? Because, you gotta show up for your kids, and you gotta show them that they can overcome their fears and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I was nervous, and she gets nervous too. Like, she's just like that. But she'll like freeze. So she's low-key kind of worse than me, but she's young. She's getting it together. But having her at these events and making her speak is going to help her out in the long run. So that's how I see it. So it went very well. Like, it really did go very well. I did very well. I did very well. I did better than I did at the last one. So that's good, right? Because it's like an elevation, like you're moving on up, your progress. And so I got approached by a couple different people to do different things. And so like I do want to get into motivational speaking. I do want to do that. I'm just super nervous about that. Like, I'm just super nervous and fearful about it. And so, and then not only that, and I know y'all seen that on this, but like when I be talking, like I close my eyes. Like I be like, so yeah, so especially when I'm deep in it or I'm in a thought, like I'll be rolling my eyes up. And I just don't want to do that if I'm doing motivational speaking and they're like, why did this girl close your eyes? So I've been trying to work on that. Especially I've been either keeping my, you know what I'm saying, keeping these bangs like that, or I'm in the camera like looking dead. I'm looking cross-eyed right now, but like I do. So, and that's and you know, with yourself, you critique yourself, right? And that really, and that's so funny because the post that I posted today on Her to You, if you guys are not following IG, it's at Her to You. You can also look it up as the healing brand. It should pull up as that as well. But it was about self-sabotaging, right? And so immediately I'm telling myself, like when I think about motivational speaking or talking, I'm like, mind you, I do it all the time here, but that's different. I'm like, nope, the first thing, no, you close your eyes, you do this, you do that. And you don't know if you'll be able to do something until you try. And not only that, the first time is always going to be crazy. And then, you know, you got to keep getting them under your belt, these events or these things under your belt. So then, but again, that's easier said than done. Like I'm saying that to myself because I'm trying to convince myself. I'm trying to stop self-sabotaging because it's right on my brain because I just posted it because that's what I've been doing a lot lately. And so she asked me, she's like, have you done any public speaking yet? And I was like, no, I haven't done anything, but you know, I was looking for, I am looking into doing that. And so we exchanged numbers and she told me what she does and everything else. So I'm like, okay. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. You know, and then I got an opportunity to actually speak. So let me tell y'all what happened. So, excuse me. What happened? So like I said, I was doing good, but what really got it going is that I got an opportunity to speak at the event. And so once I spoke at the event and kind of gave a little bit of my testimony, which nothing that came from my book, just my testimony of being a single mother, baby, that had the books just wow. They was at my table like, oh my God, like sharing their story, telling me that I was motivating and stuff like that. And even in that moment, like it didn't click that I just did the thing that I was afraid of doing. And I don't even know if my eyes was closed. I should have asked Jaden to record. And Jaden didn't even record. Jaden did not even record my first little speech. Actually, this ain't my first speech. Actually, it's not. It's my first speech that's not my event. Let's say that. So, it be your own kids. So yes, matter of fact, let me tell y'all, when I came back to the table after I spoke, I was super, like y'all, I was shaking, right? Because I was super nervous. And so I'm like, Jaden, how did I do? It's just like, you did good. Mind you, she's on her phone like this. Like, yeah, Mom, you did really good. I'm like, you didn't record? It's like, oh no, you didn't record. I'm like, So yeah, it was good though. It was really, really, really good. I met this one lady who does candles, and it was amazing because she just talked about how she how she paid for her daughter's school by selling with her little candle business. I'm like, girl, they ain't no little candle business. It was super nice. So yeah, so that was, what else did I do? This is so random, but I feel like a big kid because I got 4 new tires on my car. Like, I so random. See, this is what I be talking about when Wednesday's random. I got 4 new tires on my car, and y'all, you can't tell me nothing. I'm in the car like retarded. But anyways, and so yeah, so that was it in regards to that. So the topic of today, because y'all know this is how it goes. Some days you'll get it in the beginning, the middle, and you might not get it at all, depending at where I'm at with the randoms. Is self-sabotaging. And my experience, this has been a big experience in my life with self-sabotaging. And when I was researching it, well, not researching it, but really just kind of listening to a couple of things that made me even think about the topic. And it talked about how basically it boils down to being fearful. And I hate to say this, but it's true. Like, I have a close relationship with fear. I do. I have a close relationship with fear because anything that I'd be right there. Even when I think about, excuse me, you know, some people be like, well, it wasn't your time, or it wasn't the timing. Like, how do you know though? Like, regardless of if the Lord allows that to come back to you, you know what I'm saying? Because who was it? Was it Jonah? Yeah, it was Jonah. Like, if he had did what he was supposed to do the first time, then he wouldn't have had to be in the belly of the whale and then come out and then come. Like, so that's how I've always, I really need to start watching my verbiage and what I be saying. So in my past life, the way that I've chose to learn things a lot is the hard way. And the reason why they were the hard way is because I allowed fear to not allow me to do it right the first time. And that's just that. And I had to fall down, scrape my knees and everything else to come back up and realize, okay, well, let me go ahead, you know, and just do what I'm supposed to do. Because the fear, the consequences of not doing what I was supposed to do and doing it wrong the first time outweighed the fear. And so because I have lived my life that way, I have to check myself daily. Like, when they tell you this is like a daily walk, it's true. It's so true. And it's low-key annoying right now because what it feels like a baby. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like super baby steps. It feels like you have to really, I've never in my life really, until recently, really paid attention to my thoughts, what I allowed to come up in my mind, what I allowed, what words I choose to say, because I'm starting to really see the manifestation of the things that I've done or said irresponsibly. You know what I'm saying? And that comes back to learning things the hard way. And I'm exhausted. Like, I'm tired, and I just don't think that I have it in me. Like, I'm old, baby. I'm not old, but I'm not knocking on the door. I don't think I'm knocking on the door. might could be knocking on the door, but I'm not knocking on the door. But anyways, like, like even if I was young, even if I was like super young, I low key wouldn't want to learn the hard way. You know, like when you're younger, you're like, oh, you got time to, you got time to make mistakes. You got time to, and I would have chosen to, if I knew what I knew now, right? We could say, oh, that woulda, shoulda, coulda. But if I knew what I knew now, like I would have rather had done what I was supposed to do. And that's also woulda, shoulda, coulda. But at this point, I do know what I know now. So because I know what I know now, I have to be responsible for my thoughts. I have to be responsible for the words that come out of my mouth, my responses, my actions, and everything else. And so it's like retraining yourself all over again. And it's annoying because sometimes you just want to give in. Sometimes you just, it's that self-control and discipline and consistency. And consistency is going to be in the days. Really, consistency is going to be hour by hour, because sometimes I just be like, I ain't doing it. And the next hour, I feel so guilty, like I shouldn't have said that. I should have just did it, because I'd have been further along. I'd have been further along than where I am at the moment. Like I'm starting to realize I feel things instantly. Like I feel things instantly when they happen. Like for real. And so one thing that I have been doing is and I'm telling y'all, if somebody would have told me this like a couple years ago, I'd have been like, I ain't doing that. Or I'd have been like, that sounds crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd have been like, that sounds crazy. That sounds like I'm about to lose my mind or something. Like, why do I need to do that? But when I tell you I've been taking deep breaths, and that's because of that yoga. Like, I want to say a couple things, because I wanna remember this. I do want to do yoga. Like, I want to either become, I either see myself becoming like a yoga instructor, or hella doing yoga like in the park by myself, or that, like, what is it, like that Tai Chi? Like, I really see that for myself. I really see that for myself. 2, I'm going to do motivational speaking. So I'm going to speak those things into existence. Like, I am going to be a motivational speaker on several platforms and stages. And I want to do something with yoga. Like, I really do, because when I was doing it at this place, like I said, that's on a Beltline, I don't know what it was, but it brought such a sense of like peace and calm to me. Like, I've never felt that way. And even though, like, it low-key felt like I was working out, because, my body, it called out a lot of things that it's not happening with my body. It's still calling out a lot of things. My flexibility, my core, oh my God, my alignment, just all types of stuff. I'm like, girl, you need to get it together. But all of that, it's just really calling that. And so I have to get into that, because that is going to help me with that self-sabotaging. Like, if I get into my meditation, into my word, into my yoga, and really apply those things seriously, like, that thought, like, I'm not about to capture that thought. Come on, Mike Todd. I'm not about to capture that thought. No. Was it Mike Todd or was it Steve Frederick? Oop. I think I quoted the wrong pastor. I think it was Steve. I think it's Frederick. I think so. Oh, I've been listening to so many sermons. I don't even know who said that. It was Steve Frederick. Forgive me. It was. Mike Todd talks about something else. But yeah, so, but he probably said that too. But at this point in time, it was Steve Frederick. I hope I'm saying his name right. But yeah, so and it be so quick. Let me tell y'all something. You could say, ooh, you can be like, oh, I want to start wearing makeup. Let's hypothetically, right? Ooh, because I do too. Like, I do want to learn how to do some stuff. So, because I am constantly spending money. Like, if I need my makeup done, if, the only thing I did, the only decision I made that was amazing was getting my hair locked. Because I used to have to get my hair done. Like, I don't do nothing. I don't do anything. And so I really want to start being self-sufficient in a way, right? And so on the go, like even though the makeup artist that I do go to, who was referred to by a friend, like she's dope. Like she's super dope. She's super sweet. I love going to her. I would still go to her to get my really, real makeup done. Like I don't want to, I'm not going to limit myself. I would like to learn how to, hold myself down. Let's say that if I need it. And so even though like I love a natural face, I mean, oh Jesus, when I say natural face, like lip gloss is suffice for me, but I understand that in elevation, it might come a time where I might need to look the part, right? And so, so like hypothetically, I could be like, I need to start, maybe I need to start learning how to wear makeup or whatever. And I'm like, you ain't gonna do that every day. You ain't gonna want to do it. There's no point of you buying. Like I could run it down to where I'm just like stared off in space, going through thoughts of on this one thought I done had of me trying to elevate myself, right? Or just trying to add to me, and I'll run it down and I don't even realize I'm doing it until I done went through it all. And then I'd be like, hold up, chill out. That's how like bad. And I've self-sabotaged myself through a lot. I've self-sabotaged myself through school. Just trying to do better. I'm like, I will talk myself right up out of it. Like, no, you don't need to do this. And all that really is again, is not having the discipline, procrastination, and laziness. Like, that's it, sis. That's it. And so, now that I know what I know, and I know where I want to go, okay? Let's say that again. Now that I know what I know, and now that I know where I want to go, I can't do that no more. Oh, let me stop playing. But for real, I can't. So, yeah, I can't wait till I get. I can't wait till I get grown on this level, because I wake up every day and it's on my mind. Like, all right, you gotta make sure you do. You're gonna have a great day. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I do. Okay, so what I do is I breathe. I went through all that. So I take deep breaths. Oh, I did. I think I did say that. I take deep breaths. I inhale. And I slowly exhale. And I do that every morning, several times. Because I don't know about you guys, but I also have anger issues. And so for some reason, when I arrive to my job, it's not anxious, it's annoyance. And I get irritated, like, better nobody say nothing to me today. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my job. And then, mind you, it's like a burning fire. Like, ain't nobody even said nothing to you today. No one is even here right now. Like, you're here by yourself. Like, you have this time, this moment, this peace. Like, why are you upset? Like, what are you upset about? And so, but it's the truth. That is what's happening with me. And because I recognize that, and that's been going on for a while, then I have to come in and when I wake up in the morning, I just close, after I pray, I close my eyes and I breathe and I just clear my mind. I just clear it. Things that come up, I just clear it. When I get in the car, get on my way, I thank God for my car starting. You know what I mean? Just I'm starting to be thankful for things that I take for granted, that it's just gonna happen. So I'm thankful, Okay. And then I breathe again. I do my breathing. And then I go to work. And I sit in that parking lot. And I do it again. And I think about things that I'm going to be excited about, like making my coffee. That brings me joy. I ain't gonna hold you. That brings me joy. And then having that moment, like I have about, I have about an hour. No, I would say about 45 minutes, depending on who's on time. About 45 minutes to an hour, depending on who's on time. By myself. Like I can be bopping to my music before anyone truly comes in. So then, like, that's an hour to yourself. Like, take that time. Then you building up an expectation of who's gonna say something to you, and no one messes with you. No one says anything to you because you be having your headphones on, you be singing and you be dancing, and they're not bothering you. So yeah. So I just wanted to share that, because if you are like, self-sabotaging is so damaging. It's so damaging to you, and you're doing it to you. So, and I just had a whole conversation with my daughter, like low key, like about this, like about her just being her authentic self, like just be you, because life is too short. And unfortunately, it's so sad to see these young kids passing away like they're passing away. But what do you have to lose at this point? To just be who you are. Be who you are. Even if you don't know, be who you think you are until God shows you different. Like, run with it. And that's the thing that I have to start understanding. Like, I have to show myself consistency. I have to show myself my self-control. And discipline. Because I almost made, this is my second cup of coffee. But listen, at work though, I almost made 2 cups of coffee. And I really need to be drinking water. Because that's my biggest thing, like drink water. And I said, don't you make that coffee. And I'm lying. I did make the coffee. I made a decaf coffee. I only drank half of it. And then I drank my water. But I felt bad about that. So when I got in the car, I was like, girl, especially because I had to go to cycling. So I'm like, why would you do that? Like, you need to drink more water because you about to be. So I got to, y'all. I got to get it together. And what's so crazy is it's crazy how many adults really do struggle with self-control. And you know why? Because we were told when you get grown, you do what you want to do. No one told me that to have self-control. All I was told was when you get grown, you can do what you want to do. And baby, that's stuck. It's stuck. And now I am fighting it at my tender age. All right. So anyways, guys, we are wrapping it up. That is it for Wednesday's Random. thank you guys. As always, thank you guys for the views. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to all this randomness. I'm excited for, the elevation was to come because I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to be on point. And so every week I don't know. Every week it is a little different because I was super happy last week. I'm not saying that I'm not happy because I am. I've been blessed. Like I have been blessed. And, but I was really happy. But it's cool though. It's cool. But I gotta get some work done. So I am drinking coffee again. I know I am like, for some reason I've been drinking a lot of coffee. But I'm gonna get it together. I am gonna get it together. One way or the other. I'm gonna get it together because I ain't on. Everybody's on that little mushroom coffee. I'm supposed to be closing, but everyone's on that little mushroom coffee, and I don't know if that's a fad or if that's really something that's a real thing. And I just can't get in my head. All I think of is like a broth when we talk about mushrooms. Even though I love mushrooms all day long, but I just in my head I can't get through the block of thinking about it being like me drinking broth in the morning. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to Wednesday's Random with her. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how you guys feel. Are you self-sabotaging? Are you telling yourself no when it really should be a yes? I say yes. We ain't gonna do Beyonce. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later.